Hello to the panels. Okay, my name is Ainul Husna Binti Rahman. I am from National Defence University of Malaysia. I am presenting my paper on the topic of study on the impact of heavy metals towards sediment and water quality at Marin Lake. So for the first thing, this study is conducted at Marin Lake, which is a man-made lake located inside the NDUM campus. So the study basically aimed to determine the changes of sediment and water quality because sediments are capable of transporting loads of absorbed pesticides, heavy metals, toxins, and nutrients. So in this study, the concentration of heavy metals in the sediment at Marin Lake due to the excessive amount of heavy metals coming from the ongoing construction lead to the damage to the sediment and water quality. So basically, for this research, cadmium and lead are tested, and 3 stations labeled station A, B and C are selected based on the incoming and outgoing water flow of the lake. This is because when constructions happen inside the campus, all the waste are deposited into the main drain of UPNM, and eventually it will lead to the Marin Lake because the main drain is connecting to the Marin Lake. So from time to time, with the waste starts to accumulate and deposited inside the Marin Lake, it will affect the marine organism and also the marine environment. So from this research, the result shows that the concentration of lead PB in station A, station B and station C shows significant amount, which it should be considered as the trigger alarm for UPNM party to take precaution from the damage. However, cadmium concentration for all stations is less than 1 mg per kg. So, referring to the standard quality guideline, station A and station B has surpassed the threshold effect limit, which is dangerous and which it will affect the marine organism and environment inside the Marin Lake due to the lead concentration started to accumulate from time to time. So other than that, instead of sediment and heavy metals changes, the study also collect water quality parameters, which are dissolved oxygen and pH value, in which it shows significant changes since 2017 until current data. Okay. So, Marin Lake has parameter about 1 to 1,339 meters squared from the previous bathymetric, previous hydrographic survey that we conducted before. It is a man-made lake located inside the campus. So, it has 3 main aqueducts, in which one of it is directly linked to the main drain, which connecting all the domestic waste from hostels, construction sites, and the main road itself. So, in this research, as I mentioned before, we tested cadmium and lead because this type of heavy metals can naturally be found in the sediment due to the anthropogenic activities. So, such as construction, road construction, and any pollution contaminant. So, all these activities bring harmful effect to the marine organism eventually. And why this study is important, because the Marin Lake is being fully utilized by staff and also students. For example, there are always activities happen in at Marin Lake. For example, like fishing, kayaking, or maybe for conducting for research purpose. So, an initial study is carried out on 2017 by collecting bathymetric and oceanographic data at Marin Lake. So, this study right now, we aim to determine the changes experienced by Marin Lake throughout this 2 years period, so we can monitor how the construction actually affect the Marin Lake, either in oceanographic effect or also bathymetric effect. Okay, this figure shows sampling stations at Marin Lake. As you can see from here, there are 3 stations: Station A, Station B, and Station C. Station A and Station B are the incoming water flow. So for Station A, as you can see from here, it connects with the main drain inside the campus. So Station B, it connects with the residential area inside the camp. And Station C is the outgoing water flow, which it connects directly to the mines lake. So these are the stations that we collected sediment sample and also water sample for testing. For methodology, basically, for first step, we did reconnaissance, which we found 3 stations we selected due to its geographical location for incoming and outgoing water flow at the Marin Lake. So the stations are labeled A, B, and C. And the next step is water sampling. So 1 liter of water sample from each station is collected to determine the parameters dissolved oxygen and pH value only. And for sediment sampling, so at the similar spot, we collected sediment sample, which we collect 10 grams of sediment from each station to measure the concentration level of cadmium and lead, heavy metal. And for testing, water samples are sent to National Hydraulic Institute of Malaysia, while sediment sample we tested in lab using USEPA 6010B method. This is the result for sediment types, and the table shows the sediment type collected at 3 sampling stations for 2 years apart different. So sediments for station A, B, and C for the year 2017 is mud, while on the year 2019, all stations have significantly shown changes from mud to sandy mud, brown mud, and black mud respectively. So for heavy metal concentration, cadmium type, so this table shows that the concentration of cadmium in the sediment at 3 stations, A, B, and C, is less than 1 mg per kg, in which the result actually indicates a very minimal presence of cadmium in the sediment. However, for heavy metal lead type, the concentration at station A, B, and C shows a very high amount of the presence of the lead, for which station B has the highest concentration, which is 74 mg per kg, and station C shows the least concentration, which is 24 mg per kg. So it depicts that all stations have a high level of lead concentration inside the sediment. Several factors actually contribute to the distribution of these heavy metals in the Marin Lake. So one of the factors is actually the increasing rate of anthropogenic activities, which comes from the construction. So this could be harmful to the environment because with the excessive amount of heavy metals, it could lead to the high contaminant effect on the environment and also towards the marine organism. So the result shows that lead heavy metal has high concentration inside the sediment at all 3 stations. for which the lead is, from the previous research, lead is considered as one of four metals that have the foremost damaging effects on human health. So for this situation, the lead concentration can affect the marine organism inside the marine lead, in which if humans started to consume the organism, so it will damage their health. So other anthropogenic activities also, such as from the construction and also from the road construction has affected the environment when waste materials used in a road structure cause the toxic element influencing the environment through land runoff and also soil contaminant. So for the cadmium present, it actually related to the pH of the water, which is low pH water, high concentration of cadmium. So cadmium is considered as one of the common toxic heavy metals in the wastewater, where we can find cadmium actually from the detergent used for the laundry and also soap or also wasted food. So since the main drainage system is connected to the station A and station B, which these two stations receive the most waste, so it is expected that station A and B has high concentration for heavy metal. Meanwhile, for lead, so lead actually, the movement of lead actually happen in the air and transfer to other places by the rain or gravitational settling. So the solubility of lead is high in the acidic water, where the lead compound will sink in the soil and also sediment. So from the data, station A and station B demonstrate the extensive amount of plumbum, which are 54 and 74 mg per kg respectively. So since these two are located, the geographical location of these two stations contribute to the high concentration amount of the heavy metals. This is the result for water quality parameters, which is dissolved oxygen. So two parameters, dissolved oxygen and pH value, are determined at each sampling station. These parameters are examined to study on the relationship of heavy metals with the water quality by comparing the data between year 2017 and year 2019. So for dissolved oxygen parameter, all stations show a substantial drop in percentage throughout these 2 years. So this is due because of the lack of dissolved oxygen in the water, taking into account of the suspended and dissolved solid in the water column. So subsequently, the decreasing amount of dissolved oxygen between year 2017 to year 2019 basically caused the living organism not getting enough oxygen for their living cycle. Similar to dissolved oxygen parameter, pH also has decreased in number from the year 2017 to 2019 and becoming acidic by time. So other possibilities should be taken into consideration, such as the plant decomposition for this to have happened. However, the presence of heavy metals from the construction might contribute towards this data. So heavy metal actually has a great effect on the water quality parameters, not only for dissolved oxygen and pH. However, total suspended solid, total dissolved solid, and other parameters as well, in which it directly controls the marine organism life cycle inside any water bodies. So this is the sediment quality guideline. Basically, all the heavy metals data that we collected, we actually compare it with the sediment quality guideline. This guideline is being used worldwide to actually measure the benthic organism response to exposed to metal contaminated sediment. So for this research, I only focused with threshold effect limit, which is a sediment contamination concentration, which a toxic response has started to be present in the benthic organism. Okay, so from the figure itself, the cadmium and the lead has two different number for threshold effect limit. Cadmium is 0.6 while lead is 35. Okay, instead of threshold effect limit, I also compared with the probability effect limit, PEL, which is the concentration at which a large population of benthic organism responds to the toxic in the sediment contamination. So for cadmium, PEL for cadmium is 3.53 while PEL for lead is 91.3. This is a graph showing lead concentration at all three stations. We did not take into consideration the cadmium concentration because it has minimal effect towards organism and environment at Marin Lake. So from referring to the sediment quality guideline tables, shows that the threshold effect limit for lead concentration is 35 mg per kg, while probability effect limit is 91.3 mg per kg. So from this graph, station A and station B, both of these stations have surpassed the threshold effect limit. So, station A and B have surpassed the level or point of the natural concentration of heavy metals in the sediment, which the environment of benthic habitats starts to change at this point. However, station C contains the least concentration of lead, which is 24 mg per kg. Below threshold and also below probability effect limit, where the possibility of pollution to occur at station C is low. However, precautions should be start by now by NUM management to actually preserve and protect the environment at Marin Lake, because if construction keeps on going and the waste keeps on deposited into Marin Lake, the number will approach the probability effect limit, in which it will damage the environment of the lake. For conclusion, in this study, we only focus into two types of heavy metals only, lead and cadmium. However, we expect that other heavy metals such as mercury, copper, chromium and magnesium are suspected to be present in the sediment due to the pollution occur at the Marin Lake. So, generally, heavy metal have caused alteration in sediment type or water quality parameters from time to time, and if there is no precaution or preservation to protect the marine environment or marine organism in water body, it will somehow damage the water body itself, and also might affect the human health as well. So heavy metals in Marin Lake actually have contributed to the environmental degradation and deterioration of marine organism. So this phenomenon may lead to massive damage in the future if no actions are to be taken by any responsible party. So that is all from me. Thank you for hearing me out, and for acknowledgement, this study is supported by the short-term grant from the University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. Thank you for your time.